I think we're certifiably nuts.
All right, so I'm going on a first long winter hike of 2021, and here's my list of things that I need to get ready for that hike. I'm going to bring a bigger pot because we melt snow, so my 750 is not big enough. I fill it up too often with snow. I got to bring those disposable hand warmers. Last trip I was using fleece gloves. Time to go with better gloves. I have down gloves. Of course, I got to charge my batteries. Expecting the snow to get deeper, so I have tails for the snowshoes, so I'm going to bring the tails. And then I got to restock my consumables, so my toilet paper, my fire starter, my food, my medical supplies, and fuel, and of course I got to get a permit. So just a quick how I get ready. Okay, so I got to change a couple of things. So my 750 mil cook set is too small for winter because we're constantly melting snow, and the ratio when you melt snow to water is 10:1. So 750 full once makes 75 milliliters of water, so it takes too long. So I'm going to bring a bigger pot, and so my bigger pot is I'm going to bring my bigger titanium pot, which is still pretty light. It's almost the same weight as the 750. I damaged a gripper, so I'm going to bring a gripper. And then from this old kit, I'm going to transfer the stove, or the little BRS stove. And then my lighter and my knife will go in there. And at the bottom here is my pot scrubber. And I'm putting my fuel canister back in there because we're going on an extended trip, and I'm going to bring a full large canister so I can easily boil lots of water, have soups during the day, things to keep me warm. So that's a change from summer to winter. So I'm bringing a bigger pot in this, and then I need to resupply 3 or 4 of my Zip. These are barbecue fire starters. They're handy for starting fires. One can do 2 fires. I know Evan. Well, I got some upstairs in the bag. And then the last thing I need are better gloves. And are my better gloves?
Just show, these are down gloves, so they're more waterproof, and they're stuffed with down feathers, so they're lightweight, but they're super warm, as opposed to well, they're the warmest gloves I have, other than maybe a pair of snowmobile gloves, but those are bulky. And you know, these are my snowshoes, and I mentioned in the list there I have tails, and I want to just show you what those are. So tails, so these snowshoes are 25 inches long, but if I put the tail on, I snap it in there. It's hard to do this when you got a camera in front of your face, and then put it like that. So all of a sudden my snowshoe is about 6 inches longer, which, believe it or not, is about 20% to 25% more surface area, which really distributes the weight. Now these work best, tails work best when you're carrying a ton of weight, and the weight is behind on your back, so it's spreading the weight there. If you wear these snowshoes like this with the tails without a ton of weight, like a backpack, then they tend to tip you forward, and that it's hard to walk in tails unless you absolutely have a lot of weight on your back. So moral of the story, only wear tails if you absolutely need them. Just here on my desk, this is my bag of these are all my GoPro batteries, so when I come back, doing this with one hand, so when I come back, actually these ones are technically charged because they're still in that pouch. I keep fresh batteries in this pouch, and then as I use a battery, I put it in this pouch, and the whole thing goes inside. That's how I separate them. But on my desk is my charger, so I gotta make sure my batteries are freshly charged. I got my GoPro. I'll make sure that I delete the old footage off of it and bring a memory card, probably a second memory card. I want to make sure I have 2 memory cards for this kind of trip. I have my GPS in there. The reason it's on there is just a reminder that I need to get fresh batteries for the GPS and then load the track in the GPS, and I'll talk about that probably quickly. Got my permit for, this is my entry permit, but I need a permit that I'll get online for the backcountry trip itself. So I always have all my consumables, a lot of them anyways. You know, I got the stuff left over from the trip, but before I go do groceries, I'm just going to check my winter consumables in terms of food, because we're going to the grocery store. Evan will be bringing dinners, and then we'll share the load of the dinners at the trailhead. I'm responsible for my own breakfast and my own lunches. So going through here, I can see that I'm getting low on oatmeals. So I'm going to buy a box of oatmeals. I still got plenty of cup of soups and things like Ichiban soups, but I'm down. I love these jerkies, these beef jerkies that you can buy at our local Walmart. Teriyaki and original. I use these for lunch, so I'm going to buy a couple of those. I wanted to make sure I got plenty of electrolytes and drinks, and I do. I got 6 pouches of that color, and I got some green ones, so I don't need any of that. So what do I need so far? I need oatmeals. I need granola bars. I know I have absolutely no granola bars. In the winter of deep cold like this, I'm not even bringing cheese. It'll just solidify. So lunches will be boiling water and either one of these noodle soups, or most likely a noodle soup or a cup of soup, and some of these beef jerkies. And then I will buy a lot of different nuts. I like these $1 bags of nuts from Walmart because they're already rationed. So a lunch of soups and nuts and beef jerky is a fantastic lunch. Breakfasts are instant coffees. Oh, I need instant coffees. I don't have any instant coffees. I don't have oatmeals, and I don't have granola bars, which is my breakfasts.
Chocolate bars?
Chocolate bars. Oh, thank you, Karen. Yes, we need to bring chocolate bars. Like, I'm sitting at my desk. This is my setup. 1, 2, 3 computers. I got some gear. I'm sitting at my desk, but Tika can absolutely sense when I'm talking about either hiking or she knows I'm getting ready to go outside. She's not moving. Tika, look up. Hi, my girl. Want to go hiking? Want to go hiking? That's teasing. I don't even want to tease. When we know what to expect, so we know we have a bench here, we know we have a fire ring, the snow's not too deep, there's a little bit of firewood, and the weather's nice. Priority in winter is to get a fire going, and that gets you warmed up, and then after that you can set up your tent. Because what happens in the winter is, while you're setting up your tent, your hands get cold, and so you go and set up your tent a little bit, partially, and then you come and warm up to the fire, then you go do another bit, and then you warm up. So if you started with just a tent, you might get yourself too cold, and sure, you could crawl into your tent, but you know, it's a judgment call every time. You know, if we got in here and it was a storm, we'd probably focus really on putting up the tent. But right now we got the fire going. Lamb shanks going. Holy, got lots of wood for tonight.
Yeah.
Holy, that looks good. Is that like vegetables?
Garlic, sun-dried tomatoes, apricots, onion, and bay leaf, savory.
Wow. Just a splash of gravy. Look at that.
That happened quite often. Even Michelle Lakes, or not Michelle Lakes, Lake Margaret last week. There was a full.
Get it now. 3.5 days seems a little weak. Water bottle's frozen. Bit of frost on the inside of the tent, but sleeping bag is awesome. All right, morning of day 2. 7:45. It was about a -8 night, so it wasn't very cold at all. Put on my pants, get up, go make a fire, start melting some snow, get ready for today.
8:06. Fire's already going. It was easy to get a fire going. We had some wood left over from last night. Evan's up. Look at how pretty that looks. Geoff's over there. I've said it before, there's definitely about, there's several advantages to hiking in winter. One of them is that it extends your skills. So if it extends your season, first of all, so you can hike year round instead of just in the summer. If you learn to hike in winter, you can extend your season and enjoy your sport year round. Number 2 is it extends your skills as well. You learn new skills. We were commenting last night that the water that I was melting was free of pine needles, and you learn through experience when you're collecting snow to avoid pine needles. You learn little tricks to decant the water. You learn how to stay warm, things like that. The third thing it does is it boosts your confidence hugely. I mean, if you can survive a day in the winter when it's -10, it's just a confidence builder in life in general, which is fantastic. And number 4, the one I like, I love mornings in the winter because I absolutely get that sense of accomplishment, A, and B, I'm still alive. It's kind of weird, but you wake up in the morning when it's been -20 overnight and go, wow, I'm still alive. I made it. Evan's snowshoe broke right there, which makes it pretty much useless, and we thought of maybe a repair, but we're just going to leave the snowshoes here and continue on foot. We're going to come back through here tomorrow, or in the next couple of days. We're going to leave some food cached here.
Oh, hang it on the one above it.
you having for lunch?
Tomato vegetable noodle soup with smokies in it.
Right on.
Yeah.
Evan, just a soup or?
Chicken noodle soup with goldfish crackers and a pepperoni stick in it. Oh, you maniac.
All right, not entirely necessary, but clear the snow. And then step one is I put this Mylar blanket underneath. It's not an emergency blanket. It's a little bit better, a little thicker. And then I'll inflate my mattress. I got the Mylar blanket and my thermarest. Now, in the past, I've always put my foam cell underneath my thermarest, but after researching a bit and talking to other people and thinking about it, it's smarter to put the foam, the closed cell foam on top of your mattress. And I'll do another video. I think I'm going to call it the thermodynamics or the principles of sleeping in the cold, or the science of sleeping in the cold, or something like that. But I'll do a video. I'm going to go home, and because we sat around the fire last night talking about this, I'm going to go home and do a little diagram with the flow of heat, because sleeping in the cold is it's all about thermodynamics. You know, a cold object wants to get colder, and a warm object wants to get cold. You know, when you look at the direction of energy, if you have a hot rock and you drop the hot rock in a pail of water, the water heats up ever so slightly, but the rock cools off dramatically. And it's the same concept when you're sleeping out here. Your body's the rock, and the outside is the sink, the heat sink, we call it. And you know, the air has a certain capacity, a certain what we call a heat capacity and a transfer coefficient, and so does the thermarest, and so does the ground. So it's all about which way is heat traveling, and the insulating properties and the heat capacity properties of different things. So I'll do a video just detailing that. But for now, I'm just gonna roll out my beautiful Outdoor Vitals -25C, -15F down sleeping bag, and put it on top of my closed cell foam. We're having nice prime rib roast, and he's gonna make Yorkshire puddings. He's cheating a little bit, but that's fair enough, because we improvise while we're out here. Some broccoli, and the Yorkies will go in there. I'm gonna pair it up with a nice Chianti. Chianti. A very useful winter backpacking tool. Evan chose to bring his two-man tent on this trip. Oh, I probably wasn't supposed to see your fuzzy underwear, was I? He's talking about people who have expensive car covers made out of rabbit fur. Evan has rabbit fur underwear.
How do you feel when you see Evan cooking like that?
I'm so used to it now. You know, it used to fascinate the crap out of me. It still fascinates me because he's got technique. You can tell he's comfortable doing it. But it is impressive. Let's do a second take, or I'll
Dinner's almost ready. Our broccoli's definitely ready. The nice thing about taking broccoli out here is that it freezes, which is almost like parboiling it. So I didn't have to boil it before I cooked it in the pan. I just threw the butter in there, threw the olive oil in there, salt and pepper, and we're good to go. For our roast, we're just gonna cut off this strings. Don't worry, there's a fire off camera, you just can't see it. Cut our roast open.
Oh, wow.
There's 3 of us, so 3 nice juicy pieces. It's perfect. I think we can light up a meal here and eat.
And these are the Yorkies?
Yeah, take a look.
Oh, nice. That's completely bazonkers, like, just bazonkers. Like, I don't know, that's...
You get a meal like this and it's cold out, it doesn't even feel cold. Nope. No? Oh. Here's your seat right there, Geoff. Holy shit, that yellow pea.
Wow.
It's dense, but it's good. Whew. Oh man.
You made me carry this.
I did make you carry it. Was it worth carrying it?
It's totally worth carrying. So, the purpose of this trip, we were supposed to go to Castlegar Meadows, but we didn't for various reasons. That the river wasn't frozen, we had snowshoe malfunctions, all sorts of things.
Anything that could go wrong did go wrong.
But
Wow.
Evan looked at some of my old videos and he saw what I was eating on my previous attempt. So I attempted to get to Castlegar twice, where I really attempted to get to Castlegar solo 5-6 years ago. And you looked at what I was eating. So you planned the menu accordingly because you were going to try and replicate
Yeah, what you were
a
eating out
few
of a
things that I
bag.
was eating out of a bag. So what's the significance of this?
This wasn't one of them. This was just going to be a celebration meal.
Oh, okay.
No.
Happy birthday. No. Happy failure to me.
Again.
Again. If this is what failure feels like, I'm okay with it.
I'm okay with it too. Oh man. Holy shit, this is dynamite.
So I'm supposed to. So there's truffle in the Yorkshire.
Yeah, I used the truffle oil, because you need oil in your Yorkshire batter. And I used fresh truffle sliced up into it. Yeah.
I'm not accustomed to truffle enough to detect it. It's subtle in there, but I actually,
Nice.
on my palate, I don't know what truffle tastes like.
We'll have to sit you down and just give you truffle, like truffle oil. You guys are so sophisticated with your forks and knives.
What are you eating with?
With my hands.
Oh my god.
I don't have a fork. I don't know where I put it. So
You've lost your fork?
it's here somewhere.
Shit.
But I need to eat this.
Yeah, you need to get that in you.
Well, you can share my fork if you want. I'll cut a few pieces and then.
Oh, man. This is so warming. It's probably -5 out. We got to -10 this morning, but once we got to camp and we started doing some chores and warm up a bit, we have another clear night.
Little known fact about Marty up north. Little known fact. I don't like eating with my hands.
No shit.
I do it a lot, but I
Wow.
don't like eating with my hands.
That's good to know. No more chicken wings for Marty.
I mean, we're not talking cheeseburgers or pita rolls or things like that, but I just
Prefer to be a civilized human man.
blame my mom or somebody.
This is delicious.
It's totally delicious.
Thank you, Geoff.
This is
Yeah, I get the truffle in
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's nice.
it's subtle.
yeah, like your burger at market. It's like that's the kind of thing I got to eat it with a knife and a fork because it's just too fucking big.
It's big and juicy.
The Wagyu one?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not like eating a Mars bar with your hand with a knife and a fork. No, that's George Costanza.
You're not that weird?
Yeah.
Unless it's deep fried. Oh, shit.
Well, save some for later, yeah.
Evan, I'm gonna miss you, man. I'm still gonna hike with you once a year or more, but good luck in Penticton in your next endeavor. But
Thank you.
I won't lie to you.
I'm gonna miss you too.
It's gonna be,
Every time you open a bag, you're gonna be like, damn it.
you know, maybe we need to not challenge you, but maybe I need to bring you back down to earth. Maybe we need to do a hike next year where we just do bags.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that.
I wouldn't.
Less work at camp when I get there.
Yeah.
But it's worth it. It's worth every minute. Geoff cooked last night. Geoff made us lamb shanks. Oh my god, they were so good. And it's cool to see that. It's nice to see people stepping outside the box and actually elevating their game out here.
Well, you know what an idea might be? To put Marty in charge of the food and see what he's learned over the years.
Oh, don't do that.
Yes,
And he's
that
gotta
would
cook
be
every
great.
night.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Maybe when I come back, the first night of our long hike, Marty's
Yeah.
got to cook dinner.
He's got to start practicing at home.
Don't do that. My problem is, here's a beautiful shout out to my wife. I mean, I hike with this man who's an amazing cook, and I'm married to an amazing cook. So I love cooking, and I have my own little specialties. Just over Christmas, my wife came home, Karen, and she bought a bag of mussels, and that's just code for your cooking. 'Cause I like cooking mussels, and I have certain things I like cooking, but otherwise I leave most of the cooking to my wife because it's so good. And these days my daughter's home, so between my wife and my daughter,
She's a good cook too.
oh my god,
Yeah.
do I eat well.
Man, this is so good. If you enjoyed this, make sure to subscribe, give me a thumbs up, check out other videos. Put in the comments below suggestions and ideas, maybe things that you guys have done out on the trail, especially when it's cold out. Winter camping, even if you're car camping, let me know what you're cooking out there because I'm always intrigued what you guys are eating on the trail. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.
It's kind of weird that people don't, eh?
What's up?
They don't give good comments.
No.
I watch the comments that you get, and yeah, you get the odd comments.
There's a few
you
lately
get the
that have
odd,
been
yeah,
getting better.
They're getting more,
Yeah.
what's the word? Involved and. But I think you're hard to talk. Like, you know, how do you beat this? What's anybody gonna say? Well, I really like cooking.
Yeah.
I bring hot sauce for my crap dinner. This is gonna make us thirsty, though.
Salty.
What was the rub?
brisket rub. So there's like paprika. There's like 14 different spices in it. Oregano.
And you made it yourself?
Yeah, I make a pork rub and a beef rub and a chicken rub. I just have a big jars of them at home.
Fuck, Marty, you destroyed that.
Yeah.
On my fork.
I can't burn this plate. If I burn this plate, Karen will have my balls.
I almost just threw my plate in there too. I was like, no, I need this more. And that's a good one.
I don't know where this plate comes from. Every time I come on a trip like this, I have to say, Karen, I need a plastic plate. And she goes and gets it, but she doesn't show me where it's hidden.
Probably
Seriously.
for good reason.
Yeah, I'm like, why are you hiding plates from me? What else are you hiding from me?
Yeah, what's next?
We're warming up.
You weren't kidding.
Oh, wow. Drinking game. Wow.
It's nice, that big one that I cut, you can split it. Cut it.
All right. Second night. It is a lot colder tonight than last night. So I just warmed up my feet by the fire. They're cold right now. I can feel them cold. And I'm actually going to put on some puffy pants, they're called. So they're down pants. And I'm going to take off this jacket and put on a puffy jacket over a merino wool shirt, and I'm gonna crawl into my sleeping bag and warm up and go to sleep. We didn't go far today. We went from Turkey Point to Entry Creek, only about a 3-kilometer walk. We were going to go farther, but we thought, nah, you know what, it's not about being out here for covering distances. These are all places that I've been at before many times. This is the trail that leads to Landslide and Lake of the Falls and things like that. So the purpose of this trip is just to be out here with friends, enjoy some good company, have some good food, and challenge ourselves to staying overnight. We're not that far from the trailhead, but the trailhead is far from anything. So we're isolated. We're in the bush. There's nobody around us, and we've accomplished what we wanted to do. Tomorrow we're gonna hike back. We might stay at the next campsite 2 nights, whatever. We're not in a rush. We got food for 6 days, so we'll go from there. All right, folks, good night. See you in the morning. Little trick, the tent peg is frozen into the ground, so what you do is you actually tap it in, which breaks the frost, the tension, and then whew.
think you have a better chance of finding Sasquatch.
I have a video of you walking that looks like Sasquatch.
Woo! Woo! That was a hard day.
That was a tough.
Holy smokes.
Yeah.
What was that, 15 kilometers?
Some of those inclines are a little aggressive, but
Oh well.
quads were made for hiking. Say that again, Marty. What would you do right now?
Oh, I'd love to have a lawn chair right here. Sit down, close my eyes, feel the sun on my face, and imagine I'm on a beach.
A little Mai Tai with an umbrella. Any drink with an umbrella.
Oh, can somebody get me a daiquiri, please?
Oh, it's beautiful out here, Geoff. Look at this. I bet you guys are jealous. The two legends standing right there enjoying this view. Legends. Legends. Living legends.
Dry stuff. Even though it's cold, it'll dry. You'll be amazed. Everything's where we left it. Food bags. Snowshoes. What's that?
That's where I slept. I thought you slept on the other part. No, it's too... Fire's going. Top of that.
Elevate the fire a little bit.
That's right, get it on our face.
First log wasn't up to Evan's standard.
And if you guys need a little bit more heat, just grab a corner, spin it, it'll flame up.
And that's how it's done.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Rum and BioSteel.
Lime
What flavor?
BioSteel.
Lime flavor.
Nice.
Whiskey and
Whiskey and lime flavored BioSteel.
it's efficient.
That's a cool scene in the movie Flight when they go to get Denzel Washington for his trial and he's fucking passed out in his hotel room because he found the mini bar the night.
Yeah, I'd really like to go see the Chairman's Punch Bowl. I think that's on my hit list. Committee, sorry, yeah. That's on my punch list. Next summer, I'd really be down to do the Wilmore. I think that would be cool for my big trip of the year. Once I know how this job's going and like what the deal is with it, then I can throw you a timeline and you can kind of pick.
Oh, the oil coming off of that. No wonder you want it.
Water bottle later. No. Yes. Break your fucking face tonight.
Time for boiling tomorrow. This is snow, folks. Not a big bag of cocaine. That was a brilliant idea. Geoff used his sleeping bag and he went and got a ton of snow so we don't have to keep filling up. And if you're wondering, it is not daylight because if I do this, this is what happens.
Nobody can see. Dishes are done.
Hot gripper.
Fire table. Look at that, folks.
Not just a chef, also pyromaniac.
Night 3. Didn't go very far today. Came back to where we were 2 nights ago. Beautiful spot. Lots of firewood. Made a nice fire. Evan made a pasta carbonara with smoked oysters, which was fantastic. Sat around the fire, told stories of travels and hiking experiences in the past. It's about minus 12, minus 13. It's going to get colder. And I'm in my bag right now, warming up my feet. I'm going to eat some M&Ms. You know, when you eat a little bit of something just before going to bed, it gives your body something to digest, which generates a little bit of heat. So, but otherwise, it's been 2 nights in a row now of sleeping in this Outdoor Vitals minus 25 Celsius bag, which is absolutely amazing. So we'll wake up tomorrow. Actually, one thing I forgot to mention, I hurt my knee. I have a bum knee. I mentioned it on the trail. So I don't know what we're going to do tomorrow, if we're just going to go out or take a day off and just stay here. We'll decide tomorrow. We got lots of food if that's the case. Anyways, good night, folks. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Actually, surprising how much light you get from the moon. It's morning right now. It's 8:16. We got up early. You can see over my shoulder there's a fire. Haven't got up first this time.
Oh, nothing better in the morning than a
Fire.
fire. Nothing better than waking up and somebody else has made a fire. Thank you, Evan.
You're welcome.
And we were smart last night. We left a little bit of firewood around
Rice.
and pineapple rice.
Well, not the trip we set out on, but a fantastic trip nonetheless. 3 nights in the wilderness, minus 22s, minus 23s at night. We're comfortable, had some fantastic food, fantastic company. So hope you enjoyed it, folks. If you do, hit the like and subscribe, and by all means give me comments.
Check out Chef Robertson's channel too.
And Wandering Panda. So, all right, folks, get off the beaten path.
Drop a what?